Hey, good morning, y'all. Hey, it's Wednesday morning, and I'm out here at Laura O'Keefe's kiln, the wood fire kiln. This is my third installment and last installment of my little videos about the wood firing that's happened over the weekend. So things fired for about 40 hours. You'll recall I showed you, kind of the pots and the inside of the kiln. So unloading happened last night. So I'm just going to give you a little peek into the kiln in terms of the aftermath of, oh my goodness, it's still a little bit warm. Wow. So you can see like we've taken down all the shelving. You can see the little white dots are little wads, and I'll explain that in just a minute. But you can see all the shelves that are left, and we've taken down the stacks. And so I'm going to pan out from the middle of the kiln to the outside and show you. So these were all the kiln shelves that were holding all of the ware, like hundreds of pieces, right? And here's some of the bricks that were holding up those shelves. So I'm going to pan around and just show you first, like there's hardly any wood left. Remember I showed you those big stacks of wood, all gone, right? Vacant. But let me show you some of the pots that have come out of this wonderful firing. So you can see some really big ass pots from Laura O'Keefe that have really come out quite lovely. She's got some cake stands here. You can see little pitchers, all kinds of mugs. Look at some of these with her crazy decoration. Just beautiful. So with their little handles. So here's just a little bit. I'm panning just around so you can see the volume of work that comes through a big firing like this. Look at these big ass pots. I mean, these are huge. So kind of overall really good results. You know, there's always some kind of disappointments and all, but that's par for the course, right? So let me just keep panning around to some of the beautiful ware that she's got here. This is mostly Laura O'Keefe's ware. You can see she's got some lovely teapots there and some lovely bowls. Let me pan around here. This is the kind of the shed that overhangs the big kiln because we did have some rain over the weekend during the firing, but all is safe in here. So you can see some lovely jars that she's got and some other mugs and some utensil holders. Now, a few pieces, of course, didn't make it in, so, they'll be ready for the next firing, although it's always fun to have fresh work. Let me show you some of I think I showed you some of the cones last time. Look how these have now bent all the way over because they reached temperature, right? So this is firing up to about cone 12, which is, I don't know, 2,350 degrees, something like that. So let me pan out. Here's the empty woodshed, right? Look at all that wood that got fired. Just crazy. So here's some of Laura's kind of famous bottles. Now they're out here on the ground like this because there's going to needs to be some work that will happen. You can see on the bottom of these pieces, these little wads. So we made those with like alumina, high fire clay, because in the firing process, the salt that gets infused in the kiln and the high temperature react with the silica in the clay to kind of make their own glaze. So then your pots would stick to the kiln shelf. But so that's why we put wadding on stuff. That's one key. If you ever buy in pottery, look at the bottom and see if it's got these little cute wad marks. You can ask the potter about how it was fired. You can use that for decoration. So I'll show you my pots. I just had a small amount in here, maybe about 30 pots. So I've got some different bowls and vases, only one urn. Here's what I mean. I'm going to try to hold this up by the wadding. See how on the bottom of there, we've got these little wads. And usually they just kind of pop off. But sometimes there's a lot of, like here's a couple that have already just popped off. But sometimes there's some significant work in terms of grinding. So you don't just pull things out of the kiln and they're ready to go. There's more work to be done. That's why when people say, "Oh, why is this mug $35?" Well, it's because somebody had to make it, had to pay for the clay, had to, you know, pay for a kiln to bisque fire it in, then had to pay for all this daggone wood, had to pay for this big old kiln, and you need a significant, hardcore team to do all this firing and be chucking in all the wood. And then all this work that's going to happen now to kind of grind things down and finish them. So next time you go to a local potter, um, you'd be happy to pay $35 or more for a mug. So support your local artist. All right, y'all. I had an awesome time. Worn the heck out, but a great firing overall. So closing here with the last shot of the kiln. All right, bye, y'all.